In this spot lecture, we're going to ask the question, how does language relate to social power and inequality? Language ideology refers to the beliefs people have about the superiority of one language or dialect and the inferiority of others. It links languages with identity, morality, and aesthetics, shaping our image of who we are as individuals and members of a social group and institution. Language ideologies are viewed as truths. These truths are reflected in social relationships, as a group's assumptions of superiority of its language justifies its power over others. There is no universally correct way to speak English or any other language. From an anthropological perspective of language ideology, there are only more or less privileged versions of language use. A classic study in social linguistics explored how gender expectations of how women speak English in our culture can reflect and reinforce the idea that women are inferior to men. According to Lakoff's research, female speech patterns were expected to express hesitation, repetition, and uncertainty more than male speech. Unfortunately, the appearance of uncertainty can be detrimental in many professional settings. Language ideologies are closely tied to the creation and maintenance of social status. On the Indonesian island of Java, individuals are extremely conscious of status. Position within the social hierarchy is expressed in nearly every sentence. Words are spoken in 3 different registers: informal speech, intermediary register, and polite speech. Javanese words used by each speaker and listener will be different and mark their relative social position in society. 19th century European colonial powers often introduced their own language as the official language in places like sub-Saharan Africa. They viewed indigenous languages as socially inferior and sought to replace them with European languages, language that persist in these former colonies decades after their independence. Language always has social consequences because how one speaks, the words one uses or doesn't use, and the way we express ideas identify our social position, our class, our background, and even our gender.